Hi Aquarius, happy September. I hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for your patience. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, all right. We come in with the overall energy of the Hierophant. Okay, you've got an oracle card of energy. Okay, oddly, and I don't drink soda. I taste flat soda, like flat Pepsi or flat, like flat soda. That's weird. I have no clue what that's about, but there you have it. Welcome. All right, so the first week we come into, I'll go through the cards and then I broke them down into 4 weeks. Don't hold fast to that timeline because I'm just trying to give you a breakdown of the month, just so that you can see where things are, so you can get ahead of certain things. We've got planets doing Lord knows what right now. A lot of things. Okay, so that's why I want you to be prepared, and that's why I'm thinking this will be the best route. Okay, we come in with the King of Cups for the first week. Okay. Second week, we've got the Five of Wands. Third week, we've got the Four of Coins. Fourth week, we've got the Queen of Coins. All right, so I have to say you're the first sign that has the most balanced elements. The only thing we're missing here are swords. So be cognizant of that, okay? The other reason I'm doing this is we've got planets going forward now, okay? But we've also got Venus retrograde till the end of the year. That's huge. It's not just one-on-one relationships. It's how are we showing up. It's the relationship with ourselves, right? The things we value, survival, health, clarity, relationships, how we dialogue with each other. Are we listening? Do we hear? Do we just speak? It's a lot more than just romantic relationships. It's our creative fire or lack thereof. Maybe that's why I taste flat soda. Maybe you need something a little bit more vibrant. Maybe you feel depleted. Okay. Now the Hierophant card, the energy card too would speak of that, right? The energy card is about a line inside my fire divine, energy fill me, make me shine. Okay, maybe you're tired, lacking energy, lacking zeal, lacking zest, not excited about anything. Maybe you're tired. You could have spread yourself way too thin here. I think this is on a business, I think this is a business issue here for you. I think too, the Hierophant can speak of tradition or breaking thereof or starting your own or like doing something that's less traditional to people, right? But it's fair to you. It's what you want to do, right? But other people may not have a clue what you're doing. It'd be like quitting a corporate job and doing something like, I don't know, making fishing pole things, or it would be an extreme opposite where you may be hitting resistance here. I don't think you are, though. I think that it might be you that I think too there's something in here about the old, you work really hard, then you die. Don't let that be you, because I think you might be breaking from that, where you might want a little bit more. You're trying to do something different here. Maybe it's not work so hard. Maybe you're trying to do something that frees up some of your time for something else, and you may be hitting resistance here. Okay. I think you need to be honest with someone. If you've got a partner or something and you're wanting to switch something up, I think you need to be honest and really speak up about how you're truly feeling about something. Okay. Retrogrades will bring things to the surface anyway. So, if just be honest with yourself, be honest with the people around you. There may be business ventures that, you know, maybe there's something you started a bit ago and for some reason it didn't come to fruition, or you didn't have backing or something like that. You may find now that if you pull that little nugget out, or if you start again, you may find the backing that you're looking for. You may find people that are supportive. You may find silent business partners, right? You may find people to market things for you. Okay. I feel conflict. I feel conflict, but I think it's you're doing this to yourself is what I feel. I think you've got people around you that believe in you and want to help you, but I don't think, one, you either don't want to ask for help. You don't want to, now is a great time to remarket things, to get things out that maybe you started at one point, not brand new things. It's not a time to start something brand spanking new, but it's a time to, you know, maybe old business acquaintances come back around. Maybe people, you know, you past acquaintances come back around, business partners come back around, people that didn't have money or time to invest in your business or something you're doing at the time come back around and hey, now we do, you know, let's look at this again. Let's see what we can do now. I think you could be launching something here. I think you've got people here. You've got the King of Cups in the beginning, right? That's open, receptive energy. That's a professional person. That could be a lawyer, a banker, you know, a candlestick maker. It could be, you know, maybe you want to make some candlesticks or something. It's a reliable person, though. Okay, that's what I see. It could be a project with someone, right, that believes in you. You've got the Queen of Cups Queen of Coins on the outbound. That could be an investor, right? It could be someone who believes in your ideas. It could be your partner, business, or you know, your partner, business, husband, wife. It could represent security in this, right? The second week, you've got the Five of Wands, right? This could be inner conflict, or it could be just someone you're disappointed in, someone that started out maybe being a silent business partner. Now they're anything but silent, right? We've all had those. That could be it too, where it's kind of like a little bit more of a struggle than you had thought about. Let's see here. It could be hard work, right? It could, the Five of Wands can really be just, you're going to have to put your nose to the grindstone and really just focus on something. It could be that too. I think, though, if it's with someone else, again, I keep tasting things in this reading. Like, I taste things that are bitter. I taste things that are flat. I taste things that aren't maybe not so healthy, right? Okay. I think there could be conflicts or obstacles here. I think, though, if you... I think you need some rest, and I think you need to maybe get your energy where it needs to be. Maybe you'll get a fresh perspective on something. Maybe you'll see that where someone's coming from, where you're looking at something maybe as criticism, or someone else is doing that to you. Maybe it's they feel that from you, so they're kind of mirroring it back. When we're tired, we can be giving off vibes like that we don't even realize. We're short with people. We're nippy with people. We're saying things, you know, half-assed with people, or a smart-ass remark or something, and they're taking it literally. And meanwhile, you're tired. It doesn't mean anything. But we should be more diligent about the things that we say and how we say them, right? So maybe that's the conflict that arises here. I think there's weariness and disappointment with this the Four of Coins. Usually that's a card of stability. It is a card of stability, but it's a card of even exchange, right? It's value for value. And it's again, this Venus retrograde, it's not just about, you know, it's about your value, your security. How do you exchange yourself with other people? You need to have the value within yourself first, and then this, you know, could kind of come together. If the Queen of Coins is a person, it's someone who's very indecisive. It may be someone who really is on your last nerve because they're in, they're out, they're not quite sure what they're doing. They are great in business arenas, but they're people that are very much like you go to them. And the King of Cups, if that's not a balanced energy, and we're missing swords in here, right? So that's the intellect, that's the communication, right? Communication is not just verbal, it's, are you hearing me? Are you hearing the other person, and are they hearing you, right? Four of Coins is stability. It really is, but it can be too, like I say, a business partner that maybe isn't, maybe you misunderstood something, right? Maybe you thought like silent meant they would be silent, and they thought silent means I'll be in it 100+% and you'll know I'm here. It could be something like that too. But I think that this can go one of two ways here, right? I think with the Hierophant, it could be an institution too, where you're having to work within things that are, you're having to go within, you know, the guidelines of something else. You know what I mean? It can be something like that too, and that can be maddening. It can be teaching too, professing. It can be, you know, with retrogrades, it could be, if it's in a work arena and it's a project, it could be like a tyrant of a boss comes back. Like maybe they're on vacation or they work somewhere else, or you get a boss that gets transferred to your company where you're at, and they're obnoxious to work for, or they dump a lot of stuff on you and you're exhausted. It could be that too. But the Hierophant can speak of institutions for sure. It can speak of teaching. It can speak of any kind of institution, really. Government institutions, you know, tax, banking, politics, anything, you name it. It's usually, if it's a institution like that, it's usually someone that, you know, you've got to play within the lines with, right? It might be trying to get financing for something and you're having to jump through hoops, right? It's a time where, you know, maybe you weren't able to get a business loan or a loan for something or a mortgage on something. It could come around now where if it's that you're readdressing, that would be great. It's not the best time to apply for something brand spanking new. Those are the things that it could be though too, you know, like you applied for something or you started something, or the financial backing that you agreed for, they give you like twice that now. It could be something like that frees up. See the blessing in retrogrades? They're not negatives. They're really no-brainers because they're going to bring front and center. You're not going to have to go looking for things that need your attention. They'll be brought to you for sure. So that's a win-win, right? When you know what it is, you just deal with it and you just be gone with it, right? You just deal with it. But I think this is a project with someone who believes in you, and I think they believe in the project. So I think if there's worrying here, it's mainly because you might have a lack of energy. You may need to just balance your daily activities, right? For some of you, I think that you're resistant to work within the guidelines of something. And for others of you, you know, I don't know which side of the fence that you're on here, but the Five of Wands just says choose your battles. Choose your battles, choose the arguments that you're willing to get into. If someone is really exhausting you, again, conserve your energy. Is this really worth my energy, right? Know your why if you're going to get involved in it, and know your intention. And if it's someone, if this is an actual person and they're being willy-nilly about things, you know, I would go elsewhere. The Four of Coins says you're on financial solid ground here. You may just not know what to do with this. This could be too, it's not a time to invest in high stakes things. It's a time to, if you wanted to, you know, get like a instant lotto ticket or a $1 lotto ticket. It's not something to go invest your 401k in like some stock you hear about from, you know, someone else. It's not a time for stuff like that. It's a time for little things, right? It can be too, this is a time too where things that are lost are found, things of value. You know, you may find something here. The Hierophant can speak of also traditions, starting your own traditions, starting your own businesses, living a life that's actually yours. Like you can say, I cultivated this and I'm happy here. You know, it's not working, you know, you may be at odds here. You may be wanting to do something. I'm going to skip to relationships for a moment. You may be, you know, these could be two different people where this person knows the lifestyle that they want. They're hardworking, yes, but they also spend beyond their means and they're always indecisive, right? And this is someone who's kind of on the more conservative side, right? But not really speaking up. This is someone that would not confront this person, but this anger would build on the inside. You know what I mean? So there was a message coming in here about being clear and being honest with someone, speaking up about how you really feel. You know, look, this is our retirement. This is our investment. I'm not quite sure if this is okay with me. You know, it's something like that. Or let's work together and get a plan going, you know, together. It's about that kind of stuff, right? It could be, you know, things in retrogrades come up too with, you know, look, I'm not happy about the spending here. I'm not happy about, you know, can we do this a different way? It's time to really bridge communication and get on the same page, right? But the key with this is to look at struggles here and conflicts as things that you can resolve now, right? Or things will come to a head where they're not resolvable. But I think this is a business venture where someone believes in you. I think there's just little tweaks that need to be made. If you're signing off on things, be crystal clear what you're doing. You may need a lawyer in here. You may need a business person. I would have someone, you know, really look at those kind of things. If something else comes back around, you know, you get offered a promotion that maybe you were passed over from before, you know, only now you've got to move to another country. So, you know, you've got to know the ins and outs of that. Oh, well, the company will pay for this. And then you get over there and they're like, well, no, that's not really what I meant. You know, you want to know the fine details of things like that. These are two, if they're people, they're people that are, you know, they're established people. They're not children. They're people that are, you know, they have means. This could be, too, someone with money that's very generous. And like I say, they want to back you in something. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe, you know, something like that. If it's a venture that you've already started, then I would say proceed with caution for sure, right? Bring it back out on the table. It's not a new thing, though, where someone comes along and says, hey, I've got this idea. Let's do this. Now is not the time to be branching out brand new. And if you do, we work during retrogrades all the time. Just be extra diligent about the things that you're doing and know the people you're doing business with, right? Not a time, though, for high stakes gambling in anything, in real estate, in anything like that. It can be time, though, where, say you want to, you know someone who's moving. They may be in a crunch and they may be selling things way below what the actual value is. You may get a really good deal that way. If you're the one that is doing this, though, and you're selling things that you're trying to get rid of, make sure that you're not just emotionally doing that and you don't know the real value of it, where you kick yourself later. That could be that as well, you know. The King of Cups on a balanced, in a balanced situation, where for the most part, this is balanced. All you're missing are swords, which means put your stuff on paper and have your plan, have your solid plan in front of you, know your why and know your intention, right? That's it. Just because there's no sword here doesn't mean you're going to chop your head off or do something stupid. It means, hey, I need to be extra clear on this, so let me get the pad out and let me get the paper out and let me really look at this, right? Let me really look at this. You may have someone get a second opinion. It could be that this person that you get a second opinion from, right? But the Four of Coins is a good card. It's a card, though, maybe one of you, if this is a family dynamic, one of you doesn't want to invest in something and one of you does. You may just have different spending, saving, and you need to get on the same page here, right? The conflict may be someone may not be open to that, right? You know, this can be, too, someone who's really, it can be someone who's old school, right? Just meaning, no, we don't spend things on that. We don't take risks. We, you know, we go to school, we get married, we have children, we get a house, we have the dog, we die. You know, it could be something like that where you're like, but I want to do something different, you know, and you may be having that, and it may be exhausting. That could be where your energy is going to. You may be a little bit exhausted with it. Either way, I would say, given your energy card coming in is energy, I would get some rest on it. I would get a fresh perspective on it. It sounds like you've got some really great things that are in your periphery. And I think you've got investors. You may just be over emotional about something and kind of worrying about things that aren't there. The Queen of Coins also, that's a card of financial gain. It's a card of someone who is financially well off, but it's someone that they're always worried about that inner security. That's why I'm saying Venus retrograde is huge, because it's our inner security. We may have enough money. We may always have enough money, but we're always worried, well, what if, right? Sometimes that can be this, which you've got a solid foundation here. I'm showing you that, but you may think, uh-oh, no, I don't, you know, but it's that worry. We put worry in there when we don't have the inner security first, right? That's why this Venus retrograde is a big deal. It's a big deal, right? So it's in how you dialogue too. That's what I think is going on here. I'm not going to keep this rambling. I think you've got a business venture in front of you. I think you've got reliable people that are willing to help you. I think you've got someone that believes in your project, right? So you've got financial backing here. I think that there may just be struggles, though. You know, if it's worth it to you, I would, you know, keep your energy in check here. And the energy card is a 13, which breaks down to a 4, right? Which is, these are stable energies. 4s are stable. And the 5 comes in, right, at the second week, but then you've got the 4. So this may be someone where the struggle is at the beginning of the month and you get financial backing here. So keep at it if it's a project that you're really passionate about. Push through it, because I think you may be pleasantly surprised. Retrogrades bring people back. They bring ventures back. They bring possibilities back. They bring financial gain back. They bring bonuses back, promotions back. They bring a lot of good blessings back. And the good thing is you really don't have to go looking for them, right? They kind of present themselves. You've just got to show up in a manner that you don't miss it because you're tired or you're cranky or you know, you rub someone the wrong way and they could have been the one that opened the door and you're like, oh crap, I was just tired. I really didn't mean it, right? You don't want to do that. You want a life that's yours, that it's living life, it's living your own life. This card sometimes comes up to me where I always ask someone, imagine living a life that you're happy with. That's what the Hierophant means to me. It's about structure, right? But it's about your structure. It's about your inner truth and realizing that certain things are within your control and certain things aren't, and to release the things that aren't, right? That's what you've got here. So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you want a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to look at anything for you, okay? I think it's a great reading. I think if something presents itself, go for it, okay? There you go.